Blessings, everyone. Today, I feel very drawn to do the Oracle of the Fairies. And I feel the pull to do this because the last few days when I've been outside, I have noticed that that energy shift has been very playful and filled with a lot of joy. And that always comes forward when some of the elementals are around, and especially the Fae. And I've noticed when the Fae are coming around, not necessarily to look at them directly, because it doesn't always happen in that way for me anyway. But it kind of looks like when you look out at the tarmac, when you're looking in the street and it's a very warm day, and it looks like the ripples of water, like the tarmac off in the distance looks like there's a lake or a river. And if you just pay attention when you're setting your intentions and sitting with the creatures outside and the different animals and all the plants and flowers and just grounding in that space, and you look, you'll notice that it kind of has that rippley effect where it looks like waves of water in the air. And that's when I know that the elementals are pulling through, and a lot of times the Fae, because there'll be like a glistening with it. And so I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask the joyful, wonderful Fae, please will you step forward and bring us a message for the highest good. Thank you. They are, I know some say that they can be a little mischievous. I have always left a little something in the garden. Sometimes when I'm working with the crystals and they chip or break, I leave the little pieces in with my pollinator garden with the intention to thank the Fae for all of the things that they do to help the flowers bloom. And I have an incredible amount of vegetation this year, vegetables and such that are growing, and I know that Mother Earth is working with them to help bring everything to life, and I'm grateful. So I shuffle 3 times. The first time when I shuffle, my intention is Source. The second shuffle is the intention of Spirit, and the third shuffle is with the intention of Soul. And what that does for me is it aligns the energy. It brings through a balance of Source, all that is, Spirit, our higher self, and Soul, the experience of expanded awareness, our part of Source that comes through to experience the light and the joy and tell the story. And then what I do is after I shuffle, I just pull on the cards, and a lot of times something will just pop up, the cards will move, oops, or this one where it falls on the ground, and I know that this is Spirit asking. And I love this today because there's been a lot, I believe it was yesterday, that the angels had come through, and they really pushed me to kind of share the message of a White Eagle book that I had about angels, and they were talking about the music and the beautiful resonance in the sky. And so the Fae are also touching base on this. This one is music. Listen carefully, for there may be messages in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle the memories, and charm fairies, and will charm the fairies to your door. And so I think just listening to what's coming forward with this is that the Fae are bringing the same message as what the angels have been with the music. And they want us to know that along with the higher realms, when we see the different light, that it's sonic. And it has octaves and frequencies. So there's many aspects of the light that comes through sound. But the elementals, the Fae, are also working with the nature. And that's the sounds that we hear, like the beautiful birds singing, or the buzz of the cicadas, when you hear bumblebees' wings, or the giggling sound of a hummingbird, the crickets. I think they're bringing up that many years ago on the internet, someone had slowed down the sound of the crickets and it sounded like a choir of angels. And they're reminding me of this, and the Fae are saying, listen to the symphony. Listen to the sound of the music that's around us. Because as well as the music of the higher realms being brought through by the angelics, there's also a beautiful symphony on Gaia. Mother Earth is holding this, and her elementals are helping us to focus and hear this through all of the creatures. Because they are innocent and still directly connected to the higher realms, they're here in a symbiotic relationship with us to help us to notice these things, to quiet the monkey mind that we all talk about and listen. And they've proven that certain tones and sounds start healing throughout the human body and regenerate cells. We know that with our singing bowls and different sound modalities, even down to the drumming. Maybe we use tuning forks, or the beautiful singing and humming that we all do. All of this is part of that. And though it starts in the higher realms, it's also, also found all around us. I have to slow down sometimes because they go so fast. The energy is very fast. For me to just explain that sometimes when I'm talking, I realize that I do these videos very fast. They're laughing because anyone who connects as in mediumship or channels, talks to guides, brings through messages, understands what I'm saying, is that it's like instantaneous, it's very fast. They have a very high vibration. So sometimes I don't want to lose what's coming through. I don't always do the channeling where they step in. I usually only allow that when I'm doing the poetry. That's when I'm working with that energy where they're stepping in fully and writing. But when I'm doing these videos, I'm listening, and it's usually wherever the energy is set. And the Fae are all over. They're an energy that's joyful and playful, and so they're speaking about tuning into the sounds of nature and understand that this is also touching on as above, so below. It's correspondence. The beautiful sounds of the birds singing is a song of life that we hear in everything on the other side. And each creature, whether it's an insect or an animal or one of the winged ones, they all are able to bring through the sound of creation that is on the other side, in the higher realms. That's part of their role here. They don't always have everything to learn here, and they're not always just teaching us major life lessons like the totems do. But they're helping us to tune in and remember what that sound of existence feels like. So when we're hearing that beautiful choir of crickets at night singing, or one of the wonderful songbirds early in the morning just as we're waking, we're being reminded of the correspondence of everything in the higher realms has a sound, has a tone, a resonance, and it vibrates just with the joy of existence and life. And that's what creation sounds like. And like us, we're a fragment of source here expressing ourselves in love. so are all the creatures, and the beautiful Fae are helping us to remember that. And so they're pulling their energy back. They want us to pay attention to the lyrics. They have mentioned that before they're pulling back. They asked us to listen to our favorite song and listen to what it's saying and notice where that's resonating, whether it's in our heart or it's bringing through a beautiful memory in our thoughts, or whether it invokes something that makes us want to speak out. And then take that and bring that into the elements when we go outside and we're listening to the birds singing, or even a beautiful sound of a soft stream, and we're hearing the water going against the rocks. Remember those lyrics and those words and the music that we listen to in our favorite song or our favorite instrument, and notice what things out in creation resonate that same frequency for us, and pay attention to that. They are saying that that is, it's a correspondence, it's a symmetry, and we'll know because we'll feel it again. So I'm grateful for you allowing me to share this message with you. I hope this finds you well. Many beautiful blessings, everyone, and much love.